The College Football Experience 2023 Win Totals Locks episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by our very own Patreon. Yes, score exclusive perks, content and contests, including our NFL Win Totals contest with a $1,000 prize up for first place. Join today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. We're also brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app to get last minute tickets at the lowest price guaranteed. Yes, use the promo code CFBX for $20 off. Once again, that's promo code CFBX for $20 off. We're also brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app now. Use the promo code DEGEN. That's DEGEN. New customers can score $200 in bonus bets instantly when they bet just $5 on any college football bet. Only on the DraftKings Sportsbook with the promo code DGen.
This is Mike Leach, head football coach at Mississippi State, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Mark Twain once said, whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it's time to pause and reflect.
Another great quote that Mark Twain said is, he goes, you hit the road, you lose in college football.
You know, I always say, fuck the smell, you know? Fuck the smell. I'm diving in, even if it smells. Okay. It's been since college. I've lived by that theory. Okay.
The eyes of Texas are upon you.
Do you have the permission slip right there in front of you, Noah?
Oh, Tennessee giving Alabama a free touchdown.
Like no one was within 15 yards.
Have a touchdown.
Guys, this is the perfect time to take my third shot.
There it
all
is.
3 touchdowns that JMU scored unanswered in the second half at App State.
Patty C live from Afghanistan. Right?
Give me the Cyclones. Lock it up. They win this by 20.
See, I better not be getting tagged in that.
Drank the jungle juice out of the tampon, and then threw it across the room and hit me in the face.
I tried to tell you that if you go on the fucking road in college football, you lose.
My West Virginia Mountaineers on the money line. Eat shit, Pitt.
44-7. Fuck you, Nick Dent, because you locked against James Madison.
Shout out to our dive team. We love you. Don't listen to the snorkelers. Oh boy, welcome to the College Football Experience Win Totals Locks episode. Noah Beanick doing great work behind the scenes with just a nice little surprise video. Reminded me that I definitely have embarrassed my mother.
Once or twice.
Yeah. If she ever saw that, she would rethink a lot of things in life. Let's keep that away from her. Folks, we're finally here. Win Totals Locks. Let's go. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, the chat's already cracking me up. Hopefully you're watching on YouTube, youtube.com/the college experience. But yes, if you're wondering just who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, AKA Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
Pretend it never happened. Oh no! I want to know. I need you guys to know that it happened last year. I'm going to remind you. And yes, we got to get Terrell on there. Yes, folks. The season's here. I feel like pouring this Coors Light on my fucking head right now. Let's go. All right.
I'll be pouring one down my throat here shortly.
Trust me. I think the whole world knows that. All right. They don't even listen to the show. They take one look at you and they go, that's a guy who's going to guzzle fucking beer in 5 minutes. All right. I am joined by my co-host. Give it up for former JMU Duke defensive back, the burrito eating, sideline kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing, Patty C in the place to be.
Hi-oh.
Let's get it going, folks.
Yeah, buddy.
In case you're wondering why you should be listening to us, we are idiots. Yes, I am guilty as charged, but we did go a nice 40, 24, 1 last year on our locks that we gave away, which actually was worse than the year before. So,
No, go ahead and just break them off with the rest of that stat.
Well,
Colby's dying to share.
I just let you guys know it gets a little heavy from carrying. Joined by third man in the booth, the DFS God. And look, we got our DFS show coming out tomorrow. We invite you to come play college football DraftKings with us, only for a couple bucks, but also the rosters that we've given out before have hit for thousands of dollars, folks. So you're going to want to check out tomorrow's episode, but this is a 2-episoder tonight. We got, this is our win totals locks. And then our week zero preview coming after that. So buckle up, folks. The fucking season's here. All right, there we go. Moneyline Mac is in the place to be. Make sure you check out the Big 12 experience, and the chat is just rolling. It's rolling, but beautiful. Give it up for the rooftop IPA drinking, home brew making, tobacco on living, a free luck giving, former Herndon Basketball League MVP. Give it up for NC Nick in the place to be.
There we go. Favorite podcast of the year, guys, because this podcast means that college football is right around the corner.
That's right.
Let's fucking go. But I want to, I mean, guys.
All right.
I've been carrying you guys
just
so much. When
back pains.
I went back and I listened this morning. I listened to all 2 hours of our locks episode last year, and disappointed with you guys. Yeah, you guys didn't give away losers, but I'll put it like this: the years before, you guys were a little bit better, but luckily you roll with Dundee, and Dundee keeps you elevated.
Someone smacked this guy.
I'm feeling good about myself. There's a pep in my step. Wife's not gonna know what happens to me when I arrive. She's, what the hell? What the hell happened at the office today? Last year, folks. Well, NC Nick, you 11-11-1 on your 23 locks you gave away. Patty C,
not good enough.
Patty C, 10-9-3. Let me explain the 3. Patty C, the ultimate curse, by the way. He had Virginia on the over. 7.5 wins. And there was a tragic event that happened in Charlottesville, and the ticket pushed.
Tragic magic.
Yes. He also had Virginia Tech on the over, which pushed because they didn't play a full schedule.
Now, to be honest, I don't know. What was the number there? 5.5 for Tech?
7.
So, wow.
Yeah. You would have lost both, buddy. Yeah. And we all had Akron. It was a triple lock. And because Buffalo and that snowstorm that canceled, we would have lost on that, by the way. So we survived that one, but your boy, so Patty C 10-9-3, but your boy 19-4-1.
Whoa.
It does. Thank me later, folks. Thank me later.
Throw that dick as high as you can in the air.
Remember to tip Noah. Nick.
I'm looking at our locks for this year. It looks like we have a lot more.
Yeah.
I have 39 personally. 39 locks. How many did I have last year? 21, 22?
23 total.
23 total. All right.
Yeah, 16
almost
more.
Double.
Colby's got to spraying out locks. I pruned it down.
Pruned it down
to 12. 12 locks I want to share.
Wow. Yeah, that's right. No, but last year you had some, and we're gonna go through some of these because I guess I want your reaction because it's no longer ACC Nick, by the way. I was listening to the episode. He at first had 0 ACC locks, but he goes, "You know what? I have 3 ACC bonus locks," and he got all 3 wrong. He had Syracuse on the under 5 wins. He had North Carolina under 7.5, and he had Florida State under 6.5. He is not ACC Nick no longer. All right.
That's why they weren't official locks.
Now I'll say this, folks, listeners, you're going to want to pay attention to basically the times that we're all in unison here, because Akron might have been a loss had we had the season regular, but that doesn't count. That didn't happen. What did hit was all of us locked up UCF over 8.5 wins. All of us cashed. All of us had the Memphis Tigers under 7.5 wins. All of us cashed. All of us had the Colorado Buffaloes. And I was the catalyst here. I challenged you guys to join me because I said I'm a Buff fan. You should go with me, and you guys both went with me under 3.5 wins a season ago. The only one we lost, which I feel like we should have won, was Appalachian State because App State lost every game by a score. So Appalachian State was our only
can thank
lock unity that we lost.
The homies here for that one.
And so there's that. But I'm curious, NC Nick. I'll let you answer. How do you feel about the ACC plays? So should we stay away this year? Should we fade you on the ACC?
Oh, do not fade at all because I feel really good about 3 or 4 of them. So in my top 10 locks, I have 2 ACC plays. And then in my 39 total ones, I have 2 more. So I got 4 ACC plays I feel real good about. And I know some of the chat is making fun of my big card of 39. Colby has more than me. I think Colby's up to about.
Let me tell you something. When you go 19-4, I should give away all 133. You know what I mean?
I think Colby's sitting at 49 or 50 of them. Colby's got half the damn FBS.
Half the board, baby. Let's go. Look, I just want to talk more about myself for a little bit, if I may. There was one lock battle. Where a certain Patty C said UTSA was a 1-year wonder. So my over 8.5 wins where Patty C locked up the under on UTSA. How do you feel, Patty C, about fading the Roadrunners?
I didn't go back and listen to the podcast. I'm sure
it's all available. They went 10-2 in the regular season.
Everything is painted in Colby's favor as usual here. So,
exactly.
I would love to go back and listen and see what gems I could find within there.
Go listen. I encourage you to because
I will.
If anything, I thought I was a little generous because there was a part where NC Nick. Now he did clarify that's not a lock, but he goes, I feel pretty damn good about JMU under. But he said that's not a lock. That's not a lock. I didn't put that down here. So
as well you shouldn't. I didn't bet it.
There you go. Look, he's trying to throw shade at us. He's trying to boost himself up. I sense a little insecurity about his locks this year.
Well, I also, and you're lucky I didn't have enough time to clip because I'm still doing fucking team previews. All right. Because when I called for Kansas to make a bowl, and by the way, Nick did join me with the Kansas Jayhawks. He didn't say bowl, but he went on the over with me. You didn't because you're a coward. And we challenge you. I tried to twist your arm to get on Kansas. You called me a clown when I said they would make the bowl. I said they're making a bowl. You called me a clown. And then when I called for New Mexico State to make a bowl, you called me an idiot. All right.
What did New Mexico State do?
They went 7-6.
7-6.
That win total was 2.5.
I have to give credit there. I can't argue that. I have to give credit.
I love this episode.
2 programs who haven't done shit in a quarter century, and Colby's got them fucking going bowling.
Hey,
I gotta give credit.
Is that Colby or Ric Flair over there?
Yeah, I know, right?
Exactly. Do I need to put my glasses on?
It's easy to see a tide turn.
Let me tell you, the best looking man. All right. Long locks, that will lead to you buying a fucking limousine. Yes. The shout out to the chat. We're rolling along. We're having fun. All right. Look, I've touted enough, but in case you guys wanted to know what I lost on, my 4 losses were one of them Appalachian State, obviously. The other 3, I got foolish and I went with Georgia Tech, but I said they would fire Jeff Collins, but I said it would happen in November. I think that cost me because they rallied up for Brent Key. I was on pace.
Up the Yellow Jackets, really?
On the under. What was the under? Okay. 3.5 was that, and they won 5
right?
games. Yeah. I lost that, and I lost Iowa State, which I feel like is like App State. They lost a million close games. We should have had.
So
all 3 of us, or I think me and Nick.
Them rallying around Brent Key fucked your under.
They did. It fucked up my under.
Hilarious.
And then my final loss was the UMass Minutemen. UMass Minutemen, I thought would be a little bit better.
What was it, 1.5 for them?
All they had to do was win 2 more games.
I wonder if UMass is going to be on Colby's list this year.
Oh, yeah.
Did he learn his lesson?
Let's get to it, folks. Let's get to it. We're locking things up, baby. I fucking love this thing. I'll bang my fucking head through a wall right now. Let's go. All right.
All right. So, Colby, do you have like a top 10 or something? Do you have just locks, or you got like
we're going
super mega whale plays or something, or
somewhere in the middle of last year's episode I started touting mega whale plays, which were UCF and Kansas which were both just absolute, and Colorado, which were all three just knocked it out the park. Dundee knocked it out the fucking park. I think I even said you should put your house mortgage on Kansas over 2.5 wins. So I'm feeling good. And look, the way we did it last year is we bounced from conference to conference. Now, obviously we did this with our conference previews, but a lot can change. A lot can change here. I'm no longer going to lock up some that I locked up previously, So I really got down to it.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Am I going to be held accountable for 40 locks if we list everything that we
whatever
previewed?
you feel good about. This is on the record.
All right.
We said this last year. You lock it up here, it's booked, baby.
Boom.
All right.
Well, then I'm going to have a much smaller list than you will. So,
well, I mean, guys, when we were doing the conference previews, any locks I actually placed bets on. So I'm not changing anything. My locks are my locks. I'm not changing from the conference preview from 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to give you the whole list from every conference that we've done.
That's fair. Look, I locked up a bunch of shit, but I'm not. It turns out I'm not betting South Carolina. Like we'll get into it.
Well,
there's a couple that I backed off of.
We'll do all the locks that we made from conference previews, and then I'm gonna give my power locks at the end. And I suggest you guys do the same because some of my locks are better than others.
There you go. Okay. There you go. Well, let's jump into it. Let's talk. Let's start with the Atlantic Coast Conference, where NC Nick, by the way, 0-3. Patty C was probably going to lose the UVA and Virginia Tech one, but me and Patty C did have Wake Forest over 6.5 wins. They were 7-5 in the regular season. We had to sweat that one a little bit. NC State, NC Nick. I feel like I was surprised you didn't lock it up last year because I thought you did.
What, the under?
Yeah, I locked it up. And
I think we discussed it, but no, I didn't lock it. But while we're on NC State, that's going to be my first lock of the year because I'm over 6.5.
I feel great about this.
I feel good about it too.
And look, for an ECU guy to say this, and by the way, I might I add that at first I started to listen to 2 years ago's episode where I locked the over on NC State. So this is 3 straight years of locking up NC State. I locked up the under last year. I got my pulse on the Wolfpack, buddy.
There we go.
This is a lock. Patty, see you joining this?
Yes.
Oh man, we all agree here.
Things off with a triple lock.
We all agree here. Where is my? Let me get some type of music going on this. Let's go with. Oh, I got the perfect song. We are locking up the NC State Wolfpack over 6.5 wins.
No Florida State. Clemson at home. Probably 3-1, if not 4-0, if they can get Notre Dame at home in week 2 in the non-con.
This is a power play. Yeah. I feel like this is a pretty strong play. Brandon Armstrong reunited with Robert and I. They go get Bradley Rosner recently in the portal from Rice. I feel very good, as you just said. The schedule sets up nice for them.
Little tricky out of conference, but I still think they probably go 3-1 out of conference. And in the 10 years Dave Dorn has been the head coach there, he's been over 6.5 in 8 of those years. One of those years where he wasn't over that was his very first year. So there was a fluky, I think it was 2018 or 2019. Other than that, NC State's, I mean, look, they're not going to win 10 or 11, but they're going to win 7 or 8 pretty much damn near every year.
Yeah.
I will keep it in the conference. And I will go to the North Carolina Tar Heels. Under 8 wins. Under 8 wins. And actually, let me double check that you can't get 8.5 out there, because I did see some earlier. Like when I say earlier, not today, I'm saying okay, North Carolina. 8, yeah, you can get under 8.5. Guys, let's look at the schedule right here, because this is gold. This is absolute gold right here. You're telling me they're going to go 9-3 with that type of schedule? The non-con is so they're playing 10 Power 5s. The 8-game ACC schedule, then a neutral against South Carolina, then a home game against Minnesota, and also a home game against Appalachian State, who they got very fortunate to beat a season ago as Chase Bryce airmailed it, easy, wide open 2-point conversion. And then they get the Camels and Mike Minter. Come on, who's coming with me here? This is a lock. They're not gonna go. They play. Get this. So not only do they play 10 Power 5s, they have to play at NC State, at Clemson, at Pitt. That's 3 losses right there.
Yeah.
You know what? If you're giving me 8.5, because last time I saw it was at 8, I still like the under. If you're giving me 8.5, I'll make this my 40th lock. Under.
I see multiple books right now with 8.5. 3 different books with 8.5. Now,
what's the juice?
8.5. I see over plus 110. So it's pretty steady. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Let's go. Load up on that. Lock that thing up. Patty C.
What I do? UNC.
How do you feel about Mac Brown? We talked about him potentially going to Epstein Island, but
took the under at 8.
8.5? Yeah.
8.5. You would think that could be a lock, but I'm doing what we said we were doing on the show. I got discipline. I'm not doing 49 locks out of 133.
Patty C is disciplined.
Damn right. I'm drinking 6 beers and I'm stopping right there.
Nick, do you have any other ACC plays?
I sure do. And I think you might share this one with me. And, maybe to the chagrin of Patty C over there, but UVA under 3.5.
This is
sounds
a lock.
Really damn sweet to me, too. Lock it up.
I have this ranked as my number 9 play of the college football season. All right. This is a guarantee. Like, I can't believe he took the over at 7.5 wins. He had them going undefeated maybe last year.
That's a true fan. That's a true fan.
Man.
Blinded by his fanhood.
Just saying, this team was not nearly as bad as you guys are painting them to be. I don't know what it is you have against Tony Elliott. Colby Danton has had a bone to pick with him since he got hired for whatever reason.
All those Clemson coordinators suck. All right. So let's look at this Wahoo schedule. Find me 4 wins here. Find me 4 wins here. They're 28-point dogs at Tennessee. You know they're going to be dogs at JMU. Which games are they going to be favored in? William and Mary. Maybe Georgia Tech.
All right. I mean, they only played 10 games last year. They managed to get to 3. All they got to get to is 3.5 here.
Yeah.
Coastal Carolina at home and a trip to Lane last year. They could have gotten a 4. Look, they beat Georgia Tech last year. They took Miami to 4 overtimes last year. They lost to North Carolina by 3 last year.
They were better last year.
Yeah. They don't
have a better quarterback. They actually had some receivers.
Brennan Armstrong's at NC State.
Brennan Armstrong sucked fucking ass.
Why did Notre Dame want him then, buddy?
Huh?
Why did Notre Dame want him?
Or NC State?
I don't know why Notre Dame wanted him. Notre Dame had Tommy Reese as their offensive coordinator for 5 years. Who knows what the fuck Notre Dame is doing? You know, they wouldn't pay.
Buddy, stop it. Stop it. You're sounding like a fool right now. You're telling me if NC State, who's a winning program, and Notre Dame wanted him and they were fighting over him, there's a reason. I guarantee you UVA wanted him back.
Well, look, he had proven himself to be a decent quarterback, but without Robert and he sucked ass.
They were the worst offensive line in the country last year. I don't think that was Brennan Armstrong.
Make the fucking excuses for the dude.
Tell me you're locking the over. Lock the over.
I'm not locking the over because I'm not going to listen to you guys make up your fucking little bullshit.
This is folks. This
it's
is
spicy already. I like it.
Wait,
you know this guy's coming in hot here. I'm going to tone him down a little bit.
Well, I'm just saying. When Brennan Armstrong, it's. I mean, the proof's in the pudding. NC State and Notre Dame wanted him. They were fighting over
Brennan
him.
Armstrong sucked.
Look what
ass.
he did 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So maybe the problems last year weren't so much Brennan Armstrong. Granted, did he play well? No, but it's a team game. If you have shit all around you, it's hard to look good yourself.
Okay, so we give him all the credit when he looks good, but none of the blame when he looks bad. Got it.
No,
let's stick
all
with
of the
that
blame goes
reasoning.
to Tony Elliott because how do you make a quarterback look that bad from year to year?
Not run a system that's custom made.
They failed in the portal on the offensive line. All of their offensive linemen went elsewhere
last year too, which they don't now from either graduation or transfers, like Billy Kemp going to Nebraska.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not saying they're going to be great. I'm just saying their schedule's not super duper hard.
I think their schedule. I honestly think they could go 0-12.
I think Colby's right. I think they're going to be favorites in one game, maybe two. Yeah.
And that doesn't mean anything because they've been a pretty good program for the last 5 years prior to last year. So maybe year one with the new head coach, maybe year one with the brand new coordinator who had never done this shit before. Maybe that shit factors into you improving year 2 instead of getting worse. That's apparently what happens.
Well, apparently Terrell Furman is in agreement. He has them on the over.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow. We shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, this guy.
Give me the 4 wins.
I mean, you could argue that Boston College William and Mary, Georgia Tech, and then either JMU or Virginia Tech.
I just think all those teams are better. I think William and Mary is a better roster than Virginia's.
I think this is a 2-10 team. I think maybe 3 tops. So yeah, I mean, obviously that's why we're locking it up. All right, moving on.
Yeah. Any other ACC plays? Patty C, you feeling good about the ACC? This is it. It's you say it, it's on the record.
Well, I mean, if we're doing everything, if we're just reviewing every lock that we made in the
look, the perfect example was I locked Virginia Tech under 5 wins on our ACC one. I don't think I am putting it on this episode.
Okay,
I'm backing
Did you
away
see they
from
just
the
named
Hokies.
Grant Wells as a starter?
Yeah, and I thought right before the show I saw that and I go, maybe I should.
Apparently, drones. Yeah. I mean, if you can't beat out Grant Wells, that doesn't bode well for your offense. So speaking of Virginia Tech, I will not back off of that lock when we did the ACC preview. I will take the under on the Hokies and I'll lock it up.
NC Nick. He might have went 0-3 in the ACC last year, but he said it's a new day and age.
I got one more too, man.
I have a couple jotted down that I could be talked into. Who's your other one?
Pitt over 7. Worst case scenario, they're 7-5 and pushing.
Hold on. I had this as one jotted down. Let me finalize here. Let me look at this. 7 wins. And first off, let me see if there's a book that has.
There was a 6.5 out there in like mid-July, but when we did the ACC preview, the book we were using was at 7.
Hang on. Stand by for confirmation.
Either way, I'm not scared.
Let's look at that schedule though. The non-con is pretty challenging in a way, right? They get the backyard brawl, they get Notre Dame, and they get Cincinnati. I actually see a 6.5. I do see a 6.5, but it is minus 200 to the over.
Minus 200. I'd rather just keep the 7 then.
I mean, I do feel like worst case scenario, they're 7-5. I mean, can you build me a 6-6 season here?
Well, they almost lost to WV last year. Cincinnati's been a comparable team for them for years, right?
Okay, so say they lost those 2. I still think they're gonna get Virginia. They're better than Virginia Tech right now. They're better than Wofford. They get North Carolina and Pittsburgh. I feel like North Carolina does not like to play Pitt style ball. I mean, they do have some. I guess you could build me a case where they.
And I see Moneyline Max on the under, but it's 7. It's not 7.5.
And
so,
that's the ultimate
it's a lock
grain
battle.
of salt.
That's 7.
I'll join you. Let's go. Let's go.
Grudgingly.
I feel like you're right. The floor to me is 7-5. All right. They don't play Clemson. They get Florida State at Acupuncture Stadium, whatever the fuck they're calling that thing now, right? I feel like they're better than Cincinnati. They're better than West Virginia. I feel like they're better than North Carolina. They're better than Virginia Tech. They're better than Syracuse. They're
That's
better
a lot
than
of better
BC.
than.
Yeah.
Now they'll still drop one or two of those. They'll still pull a Pitt.
Yeah.
But I think this is 8-4 squad here.
I think you're probably right. And Jurkovec needs to stay healthy though. That's how we fucking lose it. That's how we lose it because that guy stays injured. Patty C, any other ACC plays?
I'm reverting to the locks I played. I'll make comments on yours. How
do you feel about Pitt over 7?
I took it. I think they're a good enough team that they're going to win a lot of those 50-50 games. The schedule's not a straight cakewalk, but they are better than most of the teams on their schedule. So assuming they get the 50-50 games, then they should eclipse 7.
Wow. Okay.
Can I talk you guys into the U under 7.5?
Yeah, this is one that I had jotted down, and we got burned. We didn't lock it last year, but we certainly took the over when we previewed Miami. Me and you, Nick.
Yeah,
and I couldn't believe that I told myself that I was doing the 7.5 for the Miami Hurricanes. I feel like I feel pretty good about this. It's just,
come on, Chad G in the chat is with us. Who's coming with us?
I mean, they're 3-1 in the non-con.
Are they? They lost to Middle Tennessee last year. Miami, Ohio.
Yeah, Miami could get them. Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, you're probably right. They're probably. I mean, Bethune-Cookman's terrible. at Temple could be sneaky if they don't, dude. Middle Tennessee threw for like 500 yards on them. EJ Warner's like last 4 games, he threw for like 500 yards each game.
Miami is the team that is to blame for the collapse of the ACC. Let's be honest. Them not pulling their weight.
Well, we're going to talk about the
State
ACC on the next on the and Virginia Tech. You could say now 7.5. So you're definitely locking this one.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. You know what? Yeah, it's just a rule. Crystal ball always underachieves.
And
let's
Miami.
Go. Miami Hurricanes under 7.5 wins. There's a perfect opportunity for a triple lock or Patty C here.
Not taking it. Look, again, not gonna get peer pressured by you guys to
let me just try to build 8 wins.
Lock your locks.
Let me try to build 8 wins here. Miami, Ohio, Bethune-Cookman, Temple, Georgia Tech. That's 4. Can I find 4 others?
Virginia,
5.
Boston College.
It's gonna be cold as fuck. They got to go up there. I mean, I guess
if they're anywhere near as talented a team as they're supposed to be, which we always know they're not. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Look, I played the under too. I think it's a good play. I probably should lock it, but I'm not going to.
Well, I got to thank you.
I want to play locks that I feel like there's at least a game and a half, which there is almost here.
You know what this reminds me of, though? This reminds me of a year ago.
Yeah.
Like I said, listened to the episode this morning, and you convinced me. You went in on locking the under on Texas, and you brought me with you. You said, "Come on, Colby," and I was like, "You know what? You're right." So this reminds me of this moment. So I will lock up the Miami Hurricanes. Yeah. Here's your chance if you want to get.
You want to make it a triple lock.
Let me look at this.
Look at it.
Or do you have discipline?
Look, I got to do an ad read. You think about it.
Right.
You really think about it. Think about your life. You know what I mean? All these decisions that are important in your life. Folks, I want to tell you that the College Football Experience Locks episode is brought to you by the Game Time app. Yes, buying tickets to your favorite event shouldn't be stressful, all right? And Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all sports, music, comedy, theater, whatever, all that near you, all right? With killer deals on last-minute tickets and their best price guarantee, you can stop stressing over the tickets, start getting hyped for the fun that you'll be having at that very event, all right? Snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. Once again, terms apply. Use that promo code CFBX for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. It's late August, folks. We already did our college football fantasy football draft. I got my NFL one this weekend. Let's go. Time's running out for you to get in on to draft your fantasy team over on Underdog Fantasy. And come on, you should get over there. Get championship ready for your home league by trying out Best Ball on Underdog Fantasy. And look, maybe you don't know what Best Ball is. What does that mean? All you have to do is one live snake draft, no waivers, no trades. You set it, and then boom, you can forget about it. Underdog does all the rest. And you're going to want to sign up for this because it's the largest fantasy football contest of all time. $15 million in total prizes up for grabs over at Underdog, including $3 million to the winner. Do you have what it takes to win, baby? Let's go. The time is now. The last day of the draft, though, is September 7th. So, window's shutting on you a little bit there.
I think if anybody's listening to this podcast, they know what Best Ball is.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I would hope.
It's true. Yeah.
Best Ball is fantastic.
Yeah. Visit underdogfantasy.com or find them in the app store and sign up with the promo code SGPN to get your first deposit doubled up to $100. Once again, Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, we are back on the picks, the locks for 2023, not the picks. Picks is next episode. If you're sticking around for week 0 picks, that'll be happening in about an hour. So, Patty C, you've had time. The
number is 7.5. I have them 6 and 6. That's right at the 1.5 marker that I want them to be at. No is the answer. No is the answer.
You got our hopes up. I wanted to hear that music.
Oh man, hold on.
You'll have to wait.
I got something for you.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, terrorist pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're gonna pay for
Miami, Ohio, Bethune, and Temple. Let's give them Georgia Tech at home and Virginia at home. That's already 5, right? We'll give them Boston College on the road.
I don't even feel good about the BC one.
Okay, fair enough. That's 6. That's kind of where I have them. Right?
They're gonna win 2.
There's also Louisville at home.
They're not gonna win that. No one's gonna be at that game.
NC State on the road at UNC. I feel like at home there's a better chance of them beating A&M than there was last year. Look, they're still going to go under. I do think they're going to go under. I'm not going to put a lock on it.
All right.
Just to make you guys feel better. Okay.
Coward.
Well, I think I'm done with the ACC guys.
Yeah. Let's
Are
switch
we
on.
I'm not.
Oh.
No?
In fact, I only had 2 ACC plays that I really want to play here. The first was NC State, which we all agree was a phenomenal lock. And I'm actually pretty surprised that this one isn't a lock of yours. Let me get over to the schedule. I'm talking about Syracuse under 6.5.
Wow.
Okay. Look, I just haven't been super impressed.
NC Nick got burnt by that one last year.
Sean Tucker's gone. Now the out of conference schedule is nice, right? Colgate at home, Western Michigan at home, at Purdue and Army. You figure 3-1 there, right?
Yeah.
They could take an L there. They've been known to lose to MAC teams before, right? But I'll give them 3-1.
Yeah.
Clemson at UNC at Florida State. They're losing all 3 of those.
I mean, they've played Clemson decent in the dome.
They have, I'm not picking that as a win.
But it wouldn't shock me if they beat one of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
A road trip to Virginia Tech.
I mean, that they won the last time they were in.
They could do that, right? And Boston
3
College
straight road trips also.
Yeah, exactly. So even if they beat Virginia Tech and Boston College, that puts them at 5. The remaining games are Pitt, which I get
Yankee Stadium,
which I have them losing to, at Georgia Tech. Give that one to them. That's 6. And Wake Forest, that's a loss to me. So I got them 6-6 at best, kind of. And I feel like they're going to lose one of those other ones. Maybe Army, maybe Western Michigan, maybe at Virginia Tech, maybe even at Georgia Tech.
I think it's a pretty good play. I mean, they got rated in the portal also, especially on defense. So I like the play.
You know what play I like better? I'm not locking this one up, but
me neither.
Boston College is I think a better play than Syracuse. Take the over on BC. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's better. I'm not locking that. It's not a lock. Putting that on record. No lock for the Golden Eagles. All right.
We all took the over on that one. So.
All right, let's hop on over to the AAC. The AAC, where I'll start things off with the familiar one. I want a lock battle with this team. You want to do it again? Do you want to do it again?
I'm guessing you're talking UTSA.
Yes.
Well, I'm locking them with you.
Triple lock it, boys. Triple
lock. There we go. The fucking Roadrunners. 7.5 is insulting.
Here's what you got to be concerned about. Conference USA is not the American. Even with those teams leaving, right?
Yeah.
It's still a tougher conference than they've been playing in. Still, 7.5. They should easily clear that.
There's some juice on that, -165 or so, but I'll lay the juice there.
Get on over there. I had this one as one of my. Let me see. I think I numbered this one.
That's a top 10 play for me, by the way.
I had it. I actually had it at number 11. But yes. Well, yeah. I like that play a lot. You got to understand.
Right.
It's all about when you're making the list. But yes, any others in the AAC? Because
another one I think me and you might agree with is Tulsa under 4.5.
Yep, you're goddamn right. That is my dude. I had this at number 3.
Woo!
Number 3.
We just did the preview Monday night, 2 nights ago.
Yeah, I feel great about this one. The amount of players they lost, the schedule, it's just too much. It's too much.
Not one of my mega sharp whales, though. Did not make my top 10.
Wow. I like this one, buddy. I like this one a lot. I know you don't, Patty C, but
I don't, because I think there are a few shitty teams on this schedule that puts them in the 4-win range. They
gotta hit 6.
Oh,
no, 4.5. Wait, 4.5, right?
Line's 4.5. So gotta hit 5.
Hang on. Let me
Pine
double
Bluff,
check that. Let me double check
Temple, Florida Atlantic, Rice, Charlotte, North Texas.
Florida Atlantic, Rice, North Texas.
Florida Atlantic's a contender.
They're all good teams. They didn't go bowling.
Maybe not Florida Atlantic. Rice is a fucking
They
shoo-in.
went bowling last year.
Tulsa was a pretty good team. Didn't they play in the American Championship a few years back?
3 years ago, yeah.
Okay, it's been a while.
You're living in the past, man.
Maybe. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm like following Tulsa super closely. Okay.
Yeah, everything I see is 4.5, by the way. So yeah, we got to be solid with that number, but I did have this high up.
Look, I'm not going to disagree with you guys super hard or anything, just because I'm not following Tulsa closely enough. I'll give you that.
Any other plays within the AAC? Because I certainly,
let's double down on last year's Memphis. Memphis' schedule is easy this year, but it's at 8. Memphis is not winning 9 games, so I'm gonna go Memphis on the under.
I agree. We hit Lock Unity last year, and this hit Ryan Silverhairs got us this. Why not go back to the same well? We as a collective got this thing.
If you've come this far, Patty C, just come a little bit further.
Yeah.
I'm not taking your bait.
You won on the same bet last year.
Let me look at it.
Why say no when it feels so good to say yes?
Good to say yes. That's a great question. Okay. So we got in the non-conference, Bethune-Cookman, Arkansas State, Navy, and Missouri.
No, Navy's not in the non-con. Navy's in
the non-conference. Okay. The
Missouri,
Boise.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe 2-2 there. Under 8. Well, let's get the guaranteed losses on this schedule.
Build me a 9-win season for that.
Missouri's probably a loss to Memphis. Boise's probably a loss. Tulane's probably a loss. They couldn't lose again. The next toughest game on the slate, though, after that is what? At UAB is pretty tough, and then SMU at home. Memphis is better than almost every other team on that schedule.
Come with me.
I'm not.
All right, NC Nick.
Let's do it.
Me and NC Nick. We'll go back down to BB Kings and Beale Street. Have ourselves a mint julep. All right, let's go.
I took the under as well. I don't think they're getting to 8.
All right. But that sounds like a coward to me. Does that sound? Hey, chat. Does that sound like a coward?
Would it sound more like a coward if I bent to the wills of these assholes?
All right. Next up. Wait. I'm on board there, and I have another lock in the AAC. Nick, do you?
No, I think I'm done.
I got 2 more.
Wow. Okay. Well, Patty C, go first.
You'll love this one. Get that music ready.
Yep.
ECU on the over. Come on.
We're going there.
Mike Houston is building this thing. Look,
the disrespect.
No.
The disrespect.
It is a bit of a tough non-conference slate.
Oh, but we will beat these pieces of shit. All right.
And I think
Marshall's going to come down there.
ECU, without having to deal with UCF, without having to deal with Houston, without having to deal with Cincinnati, they're on the opposite side of these Conference USA teams coming in the American. They're in the American with Conference USA teams coming in. ECU is going to look better.
Their schedule is tough, though. I mentioned to you guys, I think they play the 4 hardest teams in the conference with UTSA, Tulane, FAU, and SMU. And then out of conference, throw in Michigan, Marshall, and App State. That schedule is a bear. I was on the under here. Certainly not lock worthy, but I am not right.
They would have to lose all 7 of those games because the rest, Gardner Webb, Rice, Charlotte.
Oh, at Navy? Navy
could be tough.
ECU.
Yeah. Well, ECU should beat them last year, but they couldn't kick a field goal. Missed like 17 fucking
And as
field
we
goals.
all know, the triple option is done in Navy.
Yeah, that's true.
Tulsa should be a win according to you guys. So I think the floor is 5-7. I think they're a good enough team to get a couple wins out of that. Lock it up.
Because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina. You don't come to East Carolina. You don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it.
I didn't have this one jotted down. But I'm a pirate. Let's go, baby. Lock it up. Let's go. Let's go. You. All right. Well, look, I have another. You have another one, right?
I do.
Okay, but guys, it's time. And I challenge NC Nick, challenge Patty C, because I know they don't want to come this way. They don't. But they need to listen. We lost our friend Mike Leach this past off season or December. We don't have a guy right now. We don't have a guy, a coach that we love. You just gotta listen. You just gotta ignore the schedule. You got a Google image right now. All of us, let's get over to Google. Let's get over to Google. All right. Right now, I want us to get over to Google, everyone in the chat, and type in the word Biff, BIFF, and then put in POGGI. I'm doing it now.
I'm going to do it myself.
And then you just look at the image and let me ask you something. Does that look like a man that's going to come up short of 3 wins? Does that? Does that fucking look like a man that's going to come up short of 3 wins? I'm taking you there. Give me the over.
He's going to come up short of 3 double cheeseburgers in any given meal.
Give me the over on Biff, Poggi, and the CLTs.
I love the very technical breakdown of the offense and the defense there, but I'm not joining you.
buddy, you are gonna regret this. I'm telling you. You're gonna regret this.
Well, in terms of was it the team coaches conference meeting?
Yes.
Conference. What do you call that?
Look at that. There we go. No, that's the first photo you get. You're telling me that guy's not winning 4 games? You're telling me he's not winning? He's at least, they might go undefeated.
Conference media day. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Wasn't he talking all sorts of shit?
Yeah.
The guy has a mouthpiece.
He's got that Ric Flair.
He does.
Yeah. See, Trevor's in the chat. He says that unit's good for 5 wins. 5 wins a year.
He had a pretty nice rack too.
Yeah. We got some solid 36C action there. Look, I think Nick and I both were on the under for this one.
But that's what I'm saying. It's your time. I'm challenging you guys right now. It's on record. It is on record.
You know what this feels like? This actually feels like a Kansas play from last year.
Get on it.
Colby's got a guy.
No. The difference is Colby's followed the Leopold for a couple different stops before he got to Kansas. We didn't know who the hell Biff Poggi was until he got hired last year.
Buddy,
I'm
Google
not touching
image.
this.
Oh, you're killing me. Moneyline Max with me. There we go. Charlotte 49ers. I'm telling you. You're not coming, Patty?
I'm not coming.
Oh, you coward. See, I mean, 19-4, guys. Just want to.
The man's coached more high school football than freaking. I don't know.
Don't worry about it, buddy. Don't worry about it. Okay, those are all my AAC plays. Well, actually, dude, there's another one that I like a lot. You could push me into that one. What's your last one, Patty?
I think you guys both took the over on this one. So I am not going to be agreed with on this one. I'm locking the under on North Texas under 6.5. Seth Luttrell is not walking through that door. Okay. And again, a team that is going from the Conference USA into the AAC, a team that has historically not had much success, and a team that is about to get their ass whooped by the following teams on their schedule: Tulane, UTSA, at SMU. Cal's probably going to come into North Texas and beat them. They have to go to Navy. I don't know. I just don't see a 7-win team here, and that's what they would have to get to surpass 6.5. Not happening.
I think Colby and I were on the over, but I think it was one of our least favorite.
Yeah, I'm not touching this.
I'm not touching it. No way.
You could not even. Yeah, I don't care who is at North Texas. I can't take that one. Interesting though. Patty C locking up the under with the North Texas Mean Green. In case you're not watching on YouTube, look, folks. Before we get to the next conference, that concludes the AAC. I want to tell you folks out there that the college football experience is brought to you by DraftKings. Yes, you've waited all year long, and the time has finally arrived. College football is back, and so are the traditions. So are the tailgates, and so are the great offers from DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, new customers can score $200 in bonus bets instantly when they bet just $5 on any college football bet. Kick off the season with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app. Use the promo code DGEN. That's DEGEN. New customers can score $200 in bonus bets instantly when they bet just $5 on any college football bet. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with the code DGEN. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 88778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net in partnership with Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Racetrack. All games regulated by West Virginia State Lottery. Please play responsibly. In Connecticut, help is available. Problem with gambling? Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and older in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.com. Draftpicks. I don't fucking know. All right. Yeah.
Micro machines.
That's a tough one, man. That is a tough one. I've been reading a lot of this.
That's a pretty dry one.
Yeah. We're also brought to you by SGP Patreon. Make sure you check out our Patreon. Sign up for the Patreon to get access to exclusive contests, including the NFL Win Totals contest with $1,000 first place prize. And let me tell you, folks, the guys, Sean, Ryan, those bozos, those good guys there, they just recorded their first sports gambling podcast, just for the patrons, chronicling the birth of SGPN. All right. So go check that out. There's even a Discord channel for it just for the patrons. Sports Gambling Podcast and the SGPN crew has and always will give out their picks for free. And the Patreon is just a great way to fight back and support the network. Fight back against corporate gambling. There's too many of those bozos out there, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon.
We're a company for the people.
We should share our sheet on there too, just because if people, are going or spouting out too many locks too quickly, they may not be able to jot them down in time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We can do that. We can definitely do that. We can arrange that. Get on over there. Now we jump over to the beautiful CUSA. It's a brand new USA, by the way, might I add. It's a brand new America, folks. Guys, I was thinking about this. Check this out. I did a little deep dive. I'm going to lock up one that you guys aren't seeing coming. I'm locking up the over 3. Actually, hold on. Let me fact check this. Make sure I cannot get a better number. There's a team out there that I think is being completely disrespected. Where is it?
Sam Houston.
Yes. Why do they never go alphabetically? I don't understand why they don't go alphabetically. Yeah, I see a 3.5. Sam Houston State redshirted 20 guys on their roster from a year ago. All right. Control F. Yeah, I don't know these computers. All right.
F is in fuck.
This is the only Control F I know. All right. Buddy, guys, what if I told you I did a little deep dive? Any team really? This goes with Nick's Southern College football angle. Teams that entered the FBS in year 1, right? Well, the Northeast school struggled. Buffalo went 0-11 in 99. UMass went 1-11 in 2012. UConn went 3-8 in 2000 when they entered. But damn if the teams down south or west haven't been absolute fire when they entered. Coastal Carolina is the only team with a losing record in year 1, 3-9 in 2017. Let me rattle off some of the other ones. And Coastal never won an FCS championship like Sam Houston. Liberty went 6-6. They were not even that good either in the FCS, right? 6-6 in 2018. North Texas in year 1 in 2001 went 5-7. James Madison last year went 8-3. Old Dominion went 6-6 in 2014. Texas State went 6-6 in 2013. That's like their best year they've ever had. Marshall went 10-3 in 1997. Appalachian State went 7-5 in 2014. Georgia Southern went 9-3. Let me tell you something. Sam Houston State is better than people fucking know. They are hitting the over on 3.5 wins. And I actually think if you're a BYU Cougar fan, watch out week 1. Watch out.
I like it.
Yeah. Anyone joining?
I don't know enough about them. I haven't watched them since the spring in 2020, so I'm staying far away from that.
I mean, they were a pretty routinely very good football team in the FCS level. I mean, in pretty much playoffs every year, usually a couple wins in the playoffs. Last year, not so great.
They redshirted their whole team, dude.
Yeah. So maybe if this team is ready to take a step forward going into the Conference USA, especially a weakened Conference USA, maybe they're ready to step in and dominate.
Buddy, let me tell you right now, you look at the schedule. It's not that big of a ball buster to get 4 wins. Like, I think they could beat Air Force. Air Force has all these rule changes. I think that's going to be a game. It's in Houston. Right?
Now, you mentioned my theory about, the South is college football. Patty C also has a theory about triple option teams down in Texas.
Yeah.
They stopped with the triple option in Texas back in the 70s. So
all I'm saying is this. They've been in the same conferences. They played in the same conference as Kennesaw State last year, right? Kennesaw, everyone's going to be running Kennesaw's option. They got experience. They have Kennesaw on the schedule this year, right? They can I'm telling you, Kennesaw, if they beat Kennesaw, that's 1 win. If they got Rich Rod there, that was an FCS team a year ago. All right.
Sam Houston's probably been a better program than Jacksonville State. Comparable.
Dude, they're going to beat the piss out of UTEP. They're going to beat, I'm telling you, they are hitting the over. You don't understand. They're hitting the fucking over.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
It's a top 10 play. You sound pretty damn sure.
Number 12. Number 12 on my ranking.
I didn't rank mine. I just have top 10. I don't have.
I stopped at a certain point. I have a list.
Else.
I have a list, and I just after 14, it just stopped numbering them.
All right. I do have a couple plays in this conference, though.
Okay.
I'll start with the best team in the conference, the best team in the last couple of years. Well, I guess they're the best remaining team because some of the other conferences left. Western Kentucky Hilltoppers over 8.5.
You know what's interesting is you locked up the under a season ago, and I believe. Let me just double check this.
Did that hit?
You did hit.
That's right.
You locked up the under. This guy knows Hilltopper ball. Okay.
It was that overtime loss to Indiana that really came through for me.
NC Nick locking up the Hilltoppers on the over. Austin Reed returning. They still got Corley at the wide receiver spot, right?
They do.
What are the guaranteed losses on this schedule? There's only really probably one, maybe two, right?
Ohio State, right?
Ohio State, of course.
What's the second one?
No, I'm joking. Yeah.
At Troy.
It's a tough one.
That was a game though last year, right? They played. I still think you're probably right, but that wouldn't shock me. Troy did lose some people from it last year.
They lost by a touchdown at home last year to Troy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you put them even in like a 30% chance of winning that game, but the rest of their games.
Yeah, and I mean, look, the Conference USA is not as good as it was last year. Now, even if Sam Houston and Jacksonville State, which I think have bright futures, they come into the league, but it's not UTSA. It's not what UAB has been in the last couple of years. So the conference as a whole is worse, and Western Kentucky is just as good.
Do we think Jamie Chadwell is going to come in there and to Liberty and have it going on the way that Hugh Freeze did? Because I think if he does
it takes
at all,
time though. That's a shift. That's a big shift in the philosophy.
Yeah. You got to get used to the whole system. So
you did lock up Liberty on the over last year and it did hit.
There we go. Well,
you going to do it again?
No.
Okay. You know, I have another one that I feel pretty good about, but I don't know that I'm going to lock it. And that's New Mexico State.
I think you got me real excited for that.
I feel like this is going to destroy, but at the same time, I do feel like that game against Sam Houston State, when I was really thinking about it, I was like, man, Sam Houston State could beat New Mexico State. They probably have, I mean, like that. It's a little more 50-50 than I think I gave it when I thought like, oh, they're just jumping up to the FBS. I feel like it's a fringe to me with New Mexico State over 5.5. I can be pushed over that though, potentially. Anyone?
5.5. I mean, the guaranteed losses are at Auburn and probably at Liberty. Even is that even?
No, they beat Liberty last year.
Oh wow. But was Freeze on his way out the door?
Yeah,
I think at some
late.
point
It was very late in the season.
I still think this team is better than like they're buying in, and to me, like they're only going to get better. But
look, after last year, Jerry Kilt.
Should we lock this?
I'm not going to, but it's a good play. I would say that's a good play if you did. Don't be a pussy.
Jerry Kill's my guy. Go down in flames, baby. Let's go. 6-6, 7-5. Oh, I need a 6. Let's go. Lock up the over on New Mexico State.
What is New Mexico as a state? What is their state motto?
The green chili state. I'm talking out of my ass, but
yeah, the other play I like it's another 5.5 play. La Tech on the under. This is a team that went 3-9 last year and it's sitting at 5.5. So they have to double their win total from a season ago. I think they're a game or two better. I don't think they're 3 games better than last year. So I'm gonna go La Tech on the under 5.5.
La Tech, what I have them at. I locked with you in the pod when we were doing team previews.
The other night, yeah.
Our conference previews, but I will not join you because I don't have a great enough feel for that. But it's a good pick, obviously. I think the land of enchantment, New Mexico State. I am enchanted by Jerry Kill.
There you go. So that's, I believe, all of my CUSA plays. Anyone else?
Yep, I got none that I'm willing to play.
Now let's jump over to the Big 12. It's the Big 12. Go play intramurals, brother. I have one that I do every year. And if you're not fucking hip to this, and it's not Texas under, which apparently I've done that every year too. I'm actually not playing Texas under this year. Believe that? Even though we cashed on it last year.
You should be.
Kansas over. There's a reason why Lance Leipold. You see how much money they're investing in football, by the way? They're just throwing a bunch of money in the stadium. This
program's
here to stay, buddy. Here to stay.
I will tail you again. I'm definitely on Kansas over, and it is a top 10 play of mine.
Yeah, just so you know, folks, just so you know, I have this ranked at where the fuck is my list? I have this as my number 7 play.
Now,
7.
Refresh my memory. Last year we couldn't get Patty to come on board, right?
Yeah, he 2 years ago we sold him, but it took to the very last second of the episode for him to jump on.
Well,
So he's just
it's
never
an
buys in
annual,
on
an
Kansas.
annual tradition, Patty
Yeah.
C. It's 2023. What are you gonna do?
I'll save you the drama. I think your confidence, third time's a charm. I'm coming along this time.
There we go.
It's a party. It's a lock party.
There we go. Where's my buzzword song? We got a triple lock here in Lawrence. It's gonna be fun.
You know, I was looking at our Discord, I don't know, a few weeks ago. A lot of the Discord was on under too. So
That's fun.
apparently they haven't been paying attention the last few years.
Yeah,
I don't
apparently I
know.
haven't been subscribed. I've been listening to the SGP show, the NFL ones, huh?
Jaden Daniels is so potent.
Yeah, and they have Jason Bean. Even if he gets injured again, Bean's still good. Watch out.
Non-conference, Missouri, Illinois, Nevada.
That's it.
That's it.
They
What are
play
they doing
9.
there?
Yeah, no, I think they can go 3-0. I mean, obviously the Illinois game, they could lose that.
3-0, and then all they have to do is 3 more to push.
Yeah,
Easy.
yeah, we're on this. This is.
I
gonna
think they'll
happen.
start 5-1.
I think this is a decent play for them to play for the Big 12 championship.
Sure.
I think they could be in the Big 12. I mean, I took them to be in the Big 12
We
championship.
know
game.
Weehawk agrees.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. Sprinkle a little Weehawk is correct.
He's
3
the
of the
only guy in the
4.
world that's a big Kansas fan and a big Western Carolina fan. I love it.
Hey, and I NC Nick, I haven't had a chance to tell you this because you were traveling, but I do have Weehawk reached out and invited us to Western Carolina. You know, he said he plugged me into the tailgate scene. Hey, we might have to get out there to what's it called again? Cullowooly or something, right?
Cullowhee. It's a
Okay.
whole lot closer to me than you. So if you make it out this way, I'll come out there with you,
buddy. I don't tempt me, buddy. I was just in South America for a month. All right, let's go. All right. Anyone else? In the Big 12? Because I have some other ones. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think, and maybe it's a top 10 one of yours because I know we discussed this. We all liked it. I think all the Big 12 boys did too. And that's Oklahoma State over 6.5.
Yeah, that's really high on
that.
mine.
Is a fucking lock. Now here's the thing. Everybody is on this fucking one. Everyone
Why
I
is
talk
Vegas
to,
not?
everyone
This one
I talk
stinks.
to, yeah.
This is a
This is
Courtney
diving
Love
into
play.
the stink. Courtney
Yeah.
Love play because everybody I talk to, I'm talking like I was talking to someone who doesn't even follow college football much. He goes, I'm on that Oklahoma State over.
Yeah.
And it makes me fucking paranoid. It makes me paranoid.
Go
But-
back to the video that started off this podcast. Listen to Patty C. Dive into the stink, dude. So they were 5-1 last year, with the only loss being a double overtime loss at TCU before Spencer Sanders got hurt. Now the Mullets had a chance to fix the quarterback position. You know what? They play all 4 newcomers to the Big 12 this year. The schedule's a lot lighter. I just don't see any way they don't win.
They'll
I
probably be
agree.
3-0 in the non-con. They get Arizona State week 2.
and they're starting to fresh. They're
Kenny
going Rashada.
Dillingham.
They named Rashada the starter, not
quarterback?
Pine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Wow. Pine feels.
I
pretty
agree.
dumb.
It's
Top
a triple
10
lock.
play for me.
Triple lock here. Alan Bowman is a dog, says Noah Beanick. Let's go. Oklahoma State over 6.5.
Getting Kansas State and Kansas at home.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
wins that could easily tilt the scales in
I
the favor
can't
of
wait.
the over.
Everyone's on it, but fuck it. Sometimes everyone's right. Right?
Yeah.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
Nathan Haynes is saying Texas goes under, but wins the conference. Hilarious.
Well, that's what we thought. We said
Yeah.
the top 5 teams in the Big 12 all hit under. So
I just think it's going to be chaos. It's going to be it's going to be
Parity
fucking
will
great to
reign.
watch, but chaos. Okay. Folks, Big 12 plays. Do we have any other Big 12 plays?
Well, we have a lock battle.
Between me
That
and you?
is the Cincinnati Bearcats.
oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm on the
NC
under
Nick.
5.5. Patty C.
Play it. Play the lock
I gotta
battle
find
music.
This fucking music here.
You know, a lot of people go to college for 7 years.
Okay.
Look,
In one corner. Sorry, buddy.
Go ahead.
In one corner, we got MC Nick on the under with the Cincinnati Bearcats. In the other, Patty C locking up the over with the Cincinnati Bearcats.
State your case, Nick.
For Christ's sake.
I'm sorry.
Because this is my number one lock.
Woo!
Number one.
Number one lock.
My case is that they were rated in the portal. Graduation took a toll. You have a brand new head coach who wasn't very good at Louisville. You have, or at least average at Louisville. And they're no longer in the American. Now they're in the Big 12. This is Big 12 football. All right.
Yeah.
Play the clip, Colby. And look at their schedule. It's tough.
It's not tough. It's a pretty easy schedule.
Play at Pitt, at BYU, at Oklahoma State, at West Virginia, at Houston. It is not an easy schedule. And then some of the home games are, I don't know,
At
Oklahoma,
West Virginia, at Houston.
Baylor.
We're talking about a team here that, okay, the last 5 seasons, 11-2, 11-3, 9-1, 13-1, 9-4 when their coach is fucking out the door and they're losing close games. This is a team that is used to winning at a super high level. And guess what Scott Satterfield did to Luke Fickell in the bowl game? He whooped their fucking ass in the bowl game, 24-7.
He wasn't. That was Deion Branch.
I don't care. Yeah. It was his team versus Luke Fickell's team, and they got their fucking ass whooped. Okay, bring in the better coach. Bring in a better quarterback than they've had in the last 20 years.
Better quarterback than Desmond Ridder?
Yeah, Desmond Ridder, okay, is a product
starting in the NFL.
Look, and they suck. The Atlanta Falcons suck ass. You know who else? Ryan Tannehill was a wide receiver in the
Evan Prater's a wide receiver now.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I'm not super sold. And I just think, look, a lot of things are in their favor. They don't draw the top 4 teams in the conference.
They have Oklahoma.
Iowa State now looks like a beaten team, and they get them at home. I think they're going 8-4, maybe 9-3. 5.5 is laughable.
Love it.
Let's go. Okay. I mean, I'm excited to watch this play out.
Colby C, what's your lean on that anyway? I know you're not locking it up, but what's your lean?
The numbers at what exactly are you guys? Man, I feel like it's right. I think Vegas nailed it. I think they're either going to be 5-7 or 6-6. So if I had to go,
he's popping out.
If I had to go, I'd say under. I'd say 5-7.
We shall see.
Yeah. But you guys are talking these teams. I mean, I feel pretty good about another one, but I won't lock it. But I feel good about BYU over 5.5.
I'm staying away.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
What did I do on that?
That's all of my Big 12 plays.
I just feel like they can beat Sam Houston. They can beat the Thunderbirds. That's 2 wins in the non-con.
I locked it with you. I locked the over.
I feel pretty good that they're going to beat Cincinnati and Provo. That home field advantage is legit.
This is another team that's been really good for half a decade here.
Yeah,
and we're just assuming they're going to go into the Big 12. And
I'm not going to lock this one, but I feel pretty good about it.
Well, this is a good time to also mention our offseason bet. When you guys said one of the new Big 12 teams would win 9 games this year. And I said hell to the no. I will bet my house on that.
I don't feel that. I think UCF and BYU are the 2 candidates that can. And
yeah,
dude, I feel like they certainly could. I feel like to me, everyone's got Texas Tech winning 9 games. I don't see a difference between Texas Tech and BYU.
I don't know. All I know is so go back to Cincinnati. I think last year they had 2 P5s on their schedule. This year they have 10.
Yeah,
that matters.
Well, BYU though normally schedules like 10 Power 5s. I think if there's a team equipped for it, and I love the Jay Hill hire. I think folks, if you're a BYU fan, you spend that money and lock up that 5.5.
One of the group of 5 teams that they had on their schedule last year was Tulane, who beat USC in the bowl game in the Cotton Bowl.
Also beat K-State.
Cincinnati lost to them by 3. Cincinnati, who's lost a step, lost to the Cotton Bowl champion by 3. I mean, this is a good team. They didn't just suck ass last year.
I think they're the 3rd best team coming in. I think I go BYU is most equipped, 2 UCF, 3 Cincy, 4 Houston.
I think I agree with that order. Well, maybe UCF over BYU.
Yeah, you could talk me into UCF over BYU. I think it's neck and neck.
I would say Cincy, BYU, neck and neck. Then UCF, then Houston.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's jump on over to the Big Ten. Last year, we did have success, and I was surprised because it was me and Patty C locking up the over on Michigan. Nick liked the play, but didn't lock it when I listened to the episode. The Big Ten, I'm starting to feel good about a couple in the Big Ten. I'm curious, Nick. Do you have one in the Big Ten?
I have a couple. I have one in my top 10, and you just mentioned it, Michigan. I don't care if Harbaugh's has a self-imposed ban. Noah's cheering in the background. Hell yeah. Dude, this is Harbaugh's best team here. It's his best team while he's been in Ann Arbor. And really, it almost comes down to a 2-game schedule. And they're not losing to both Penn State and Ohio State.
ECU and Ohio State.
So I definitely like Michigan and the over. And it's only minus 115, minus 120 or so.
Okay. I'm not jumping.
This scares me.
I
got the over.
I feel like he's in the right. I think they're going to go 11-1.
I think they're going to get either Penn State or Ohio State.
Yes.
They could get both.
Yeah.
But I think they probably lose one.
ECU.
Yep. And who else on their schedule is even really dangerous? At Nebraska, at Minnesota. They probably win both of those. But if going to Illinois was dangerous last year, then those two could be dangerous. That's about it. Maybe
that Illinois game was at home, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that was. You're right.
It was, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I think at Michigan State's probably the only other one that could potentially be dangerous. I bet they get all 3 of those. So it is a 2-game schedule. They probably get one of those. I think it's a good play. But it's at 10.5. That's asking a lot. 11.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're on the right side of it. I'm just not locking it. I'm not locking it. But I feel like you're probably
suppose
on the right
McCarthy,
side.
Knock on wood, gets dinged up.
I feel like you're probably
you
on
can
the
play
right
that
side.
game with pretty much any team, you know. I mean,
True.
there's in general backup quarterback depth in college isn't great, so I don't even know who the backup is anymore.
They're probably well equipped to deal with that anyway, with 2 of the best backs in the nation.
Patty C, last year you locked up Iowa over. It didn't hit any. Like I like the Iowa over 8. The only thing that the reason why I'm not going to lock it is because I need to know the fucking suspensions. I need to know.
That's true.
I can't commit to that because I need to know how many players.
So we're pretty damn close. We're pretty damn close to kickoff. Like, why would that have not been announced if there's more?
Well, even Iowa State hasn't really. They've danced around it. They haven't really announced anything. And I feel like they know certain players left the team, but it's like, can we get some fucking clarity? You know
I did lock
like,
up Iowa a couple weeks ago when we did the Big Ten preview. I think we all locked them up.
Yeah, no, I feel great about it if I know everyone's if I find out that key players on the defensive side of the ball are out, then yeah, I mean that makes me a little weary.
I already bet it, so it's still a lock of mine. You know, now if anybody's listening
aren't
to
you
this,
worried a little bit about this? Because dude, I loved Iowa State before that news broke.
Yeah, same here. But that news broke before we did that podcast, and it's a little bit more clarity with Iowa State too. It sounds like it's going to hit the Cyclones a whole lot, worse than Iowa. So I'm going to stick with Iowa over 8. I'm going to stay with the lock, but it certainly isn't a top 10 or anything.
Well, the only thing that saves them is they're playing Iowa State.
That should be a win.
I'll join you.
I mean,
I'll join you.
Wait, are you locking it?
I'll go.
I am
8.
definitely locking. This is the top 3 play.
Top 3?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a triple lock?
Yeah. Let's
Hawkeyes over 8 wins. Let's go.
The only team, I guess the road trip to Wisconsin is a little bit of a question mark. But at Penn State's the only real loss that they're going to be the dogs in. Maybe at Wisconsin.
And that's even sneaky because I feel like that defense could give Drew Aller a little hard time.
Yeah. No, that's not a gimme at all. They could be 12-0. I mean, they won't be because they're Iowa and they're off. But who knows?
The offense should be a little bit better.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I feel very good.
A little bit better.
I feel very good about this one, and I just feel like this is a team. If everyone's good, I feel like they're a team that is going to be playing in Indianapolis for the Big Ten.
I think they're 10-2.
Yeah, I mean, I feel very good about their schedule. I think they're
8-4 seems like the absolute floor.
Do we want to talk? Does anyone have any interest? Because I thought long and hard about this one too. I like Illinois over 6.5 wins.
That's on my list as well. Sign me up.
Yeah, let's go. I just feel like they have one of the best defensive lines in college football. I don't think the schedule's that. I mean, it's challenging because there's no FCS, but I feel like that there's every game is winnable. Am I crazy? I don't see they don't play Michigan, they don't play Ohio State, and they get Penn State in Champaign
and Wisconsin at home.
Yeah,
they won 8 last year, and one of those losses was kind of a bizarre 3-point loss at Indiana in week 2. I just think every year they're making incremental steps and they're improving. They're improving depth. They're improving everything with the whole program. So, yeah, I think they at least hit 7 or 8 again.
I agree. And you know what? I'm very close because I'm so high on Illinois and Iowa. I'm very close to betting the under on Wisconsin, but I'm not. But it's a strong lean.
I do have an under in the Big Ten West, and that under is on Purdue at 5.5.
Real quick about Bielema. I think this is the defining position of his career. Wisconsin, he took over a program that was already rolling. He did well. He wasn't. I don't know if he was as good as Alvarez, but he carried on that Alvarez like standard. At Arkansas, he overperformed, but it was against a super deep SEC West, so he didn't really get a chance to shine. Illinois, the program has the potential to be as good as any of those in the Big Ten West, but he took it from the basement of the Big Ten West. If he can get it to the top of the Big Ten West, that shows he's a great coach. We'll see about him, but the jury, I think, is still out on him a little bit.
Okay. Does anybody want to ride with the Boilermakers under 5.5? Even though I was correct picking them to win the Big Ten West last year.
I'm certainly not. I think this team could be all right.
They get Ohio State and Michigan from the East, along with Indiana, but
5.5.
They fuck with Ohio State. I feel like historically,
new coach. They're not fucking with Ohio State this year.
Some of the road games at Iowa, at Nebraska. Even
you're probably right.
Even at Virginia Tech, yeah.
I do like it.
Jumping in it.
Oh, I'll tell you. I will tell you. Now.
Let's go, Patty.
There we go.
Yeah.
Purdue Boilermakers, boiler up the under.
Showboat buddies.
They are jumping on the Boilermakers under 5.5. All right. Look, I know Northwestern's somewhat appealing with 3, but I'm not touching it. And
it's on my list.
You're playing it?
Didn't we triple lock that when we did the Big Ten preview?
I'm just paranoid. Like they play Howard and UTEP. Those teams suck. So if you tell me after that,
don't talk shit about UTEP. All right.
I just feel like it's not a strongest play of mine, even though I believe they're not going to be any good.
I don't think they get to 4. I am going to keep it on my list. Northwestern under 3.
Ooh, there we go. NC Nick locking up the Northwestern Wildcats.
Maybe they're energized now that the car wash is no longer in existence.
Guys, this is going to be a good test. I'm a well-known Big Ten West hater. I have 4 locks in the Big Ten West.
There it is. Big Ten Nick.
Okay.
Big Ten West Nick.
Hang on, guys. We got to power through this because we got week 0.
Okay, we got to speed the shit
and
up.
we actually have a schedule because the SGP shows at 8:30. So let's jump on over to the MAC. The MAC. What are we doing in the MAC? No, we're not doing a B-side. I'll fix that in post. We need to get done this.
I got no Max. Go ahead. You guys fire them off.
Ohio Nick? Over 7.5. Buffalo under 6.5. Kent State under 2.5. Ball State over 4.5.
I love it.
Let's fucking go.
I love it because Buffalo was one of his losses a year ago. He's going back to the well. Akron, guys, we all pushed on it at 4. Come with me. Akron over 4.
No.
Akron over 4. Get in, folks.
The Joe Moorhead experience, I guess, is a year 2 thing.
And I will lock up Kent State under 2.5. Nick, did you say that one?
I did.
That one, I had that as my number 3 play.
I think you're insane to touch the MAC. Every team in this conference is capable of 3-9 or 9-3.
You're probably right, Patty.
In any given year.
Yeah. All right, let's jump on over to the next. Let's go to the Mountain West, where my number 1 play in all of college football.
Woo! Yowzers.
UNLV.
UNLV under 6.
Yes. I am with you.
Yes. I mean, what the fuck is going on here? What am I missing? They got Bosworth on the team? I don't understand. They got to go 7-5. They haven't been 7. They've only been 7-5 3 times since 1982.
10 years ago, a decade ago, they went 7-5.
No, since 84, I think it is. I mean, what the fuck?
Michigan and Vanderbilt out of conference, and they got to go to UTEP.
They're gonna lose.
Minus 150. You got some juice. Deal with the juice. Lay it. It's okay. They ain't getting a 7.
Yeah, they are not. I feel great about that one.
Yeah.
I also feel this conference. I feel very good about a few. I will lock up Colorado State over 4.5 wins.
I'm not going back to well on that. That's one where I admit I was wrong.
I didn't lock it up last year. You did.
Well, this was a lock battle in our conference previews. I got the under, but I'm not locking it.
Oh, okay. I am locking this thing.
Colorado State. He wants it to happen. That's why.
No, I know this year. This year it's going to happen.
This is the year.
Yeah. Also, I will lock up San Jose State over 5.5 wins. Yeah, Weehawks already made that UNLV bet. He says, and I will lock up Wyoming over 6.5 wins.
I'm with you on Wyoming.
Let's go. Wyoming over 6.5 wins. Let's go.
Well, I got one that made actually my top 12. I guess it's expanded to 14
Is it
now.
Fresno?
It is Fresno.
I feel very good about this, but
at Purdue, Eastern Washington, at Arizona, and Kent State.
Let's go.
The first 4 weeks.
Let's go. Add that to the list.
I think
just
they're
feel
4-0
like
in the non-conference.
Worst case scenario, they're 8-4. Like worst case scenario, I think they're 8-4.
Yeah, they get Boise at home.
I'm going Boise, actually. I'm going Boise over 8.5. I think it's a big year for the Broncos. The schedule's tough, but I still
the
like it.
songs are coming. The heat. Folks, then we have
hold on. I got 2 more here. Real quick.
Okay.
San Diego State under 7. I think the Aztecs.
You got burnt on them last year. You had them over 7.5. So
I haven't forgotten that. And
the Brady Hoke getting softer experience is happening.
You're taking Hawaii what?
Over 3.5. Tragic Magic.
My guy.
Rainbow.
My guy.
There we go. I got a song for that one. I got a song. Where
Dial
is
it
that
up.
song? Where the fuck is that song?
The good
Maybe
folks
I don't
of
have
Hawaii,
a song for that
Lahaina.
I don't know.
Look,
it's a hard ticket, man.
They do
Really,
have
it's a hard
Tragic
song
Magic.
to find also.
Hello. To Hawaii.
It's not paradise all the time.
Not right now.
All right, so that caps off our Mountain West, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, now we jump on over to the Pac-12. Where look, last year I feel like I was all Big 12. The year before I was all ACC. So it's only right that I shift to the Pac-12 in its final season because there's a lot that I like, guys. And I'm starting off. You mentioned Tragic Magic. I want to do a lock for both the schools being fucked over by everybody.
I like it.
Oregon State over 8.5. And by the way, if you're out there, if you like to shop around, I see Wazoo sitting at a flat 6. Get in on that, folks. They got a meaning. They got a message. They got something they want to prove. Oregon State, I think, is a live dog to win the whole fucking Pac-12, and I think Wazoo is gonna be at least 7-5.
I'm riding with you on the Beavs, not on the Cougs.
Okay, Patty.
I'm not riding with you. I mean, I locked it in our episode podcast, but it's not a top lock just because the Pac-12 is so deep, even though their schedule is favorable.
Yeah, well, Oregon State, you mean?
Oregon State, yeah.
Okay, I'm locking up both. Get both on the sheet. All right, guys. I feel better and better about this. It was funny. I have a lot of locks here, and in this conference specifically, and
Look out, just watch him go down to Buffalo.
I heard Randy Cross the other day call it. He said they're going to beat TCU on the money line. Because 21 points. Are you kidding me? They're going to beat them outright.
Woo.
And the more I hear from people that are involved with that camp, the more I'm buying in. Colorado's hitting the over on 3.5 wins.
Well, if nothing else, this is the most, curious situation in probably college football history in terms of overhauling 70 players on your roster. It's only an 85-man roster.
They're just way more talented. And I believe that the Sean Lewis hire was fucking genius because I think that now I'm not confident to win the Pac-12, but I think they're going to beat a lot more teams than people think.
If they are that good, they got some ballers. Let's see how quickly it gels.
Yeah. The only way this thing doesn't hit for me is if Shador Sanders gets injured because the depth at the quarterback spot is very, very thin. I'm also locking the under on the Oregon Ducks. I think there's no way the road spots are too hard. They got to go to Salt Lake City. They got to go to Lubbock. They got to go to Seattle, right? To take on Washington. Those are 3, and they're hosting USC and Oregon State. Get the fuck out of here. You're losing 3 games. What is it,
9.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably under.
Let's go.
Not locking it though.
Let's go.
A couple unders I like. Arizona State under 5.
I do like that one. I backed off last second, but now that they're starting a freshman quarterback too, I think it's even more appealing. But I think it's a solid play.
And are we entertaining Stanford under 3?
I took the over on Stanford.
I'm not. I'm backing off. You're doing it. You're locking it.
I'm a Troy Taylor believer.
Yeah, I'm gonna refrain also.
Okay, so Arizona State for NC Nick locked up on the under. Patty C, locking up anything else?
The only play I really liked in the Pac-12 was Oregon State.
Okay. Now we jump over to the SEC. Oh, actually, we have the independents. I forgot about the independents. I'm going to take you to a lock.
I think we're all on this one.
Yeah?
I think so. If we're talking about the same.
Are you talking about Notre Dame?
Yes.
Notre Dame under 9 wins.
Triple lock it up.
Triple lock it up. Here we go.
Look, and this is the one that I'm going against my heart. You know, I'll throw you a little laurel here. Cincinnati is not only my mind and my heart, right? Notre Dame is my heart going against my mind here. My mind going against my heart because and I think Notre Dame with Sam Hartman there's a storybook where they beat Ohio State. Maybe they get 1 of 2 against Clemson and USC and they find themselves in the playoffs. So they went out. Very unlikely to happen. They probably lose to all 3 and they might lose to NC State, let alone losing another one along the way. And they got to get to what?
Like Duke or something, you know?
And they got to get to 10.
Pitt. Yeah. I'm all over the under too.
Not
Lock it up. Any other independents? I mean, I definitely like the UConn over.
UConn over 5. You want? I'll ride with you. Let's do it.
By the way, Noah, this isn't
Joe Fagnano, the new quarterback.
That's
this
right.
isn't the South Bend Campus Tour T-shirt. This is the GMU.
George Mason, start your
football program.
Let's go.
UConn Huskies over 5 wins. I'm all over it. NC Nick's all over it. How do you see?
I wasn't part of the preview, so I didn't.
Yeah, but how do you feel about it? Pull up the schedule.
Let me pull
up the schedule. We got a couple minutes here.
All right, UConn. This
sort
is
sort of.
Just go.
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
take your guys' word on it.
Let's jump on over to the SEC where I have a few that I like a lot. Now I did back off South Carolina in 6, but I still love me the Auburn Tigers over.
Is the SEC our final conference?
No,
here?
we have the Sun Belt after that.
SEC and Sun.
We saved the best for last.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyone want to join on the Auburn over 6.5?
No, I like it, but no.
I like it, but no.
I will go with the Auburn Tigers over 6.5 wins.
This is surprising because you've kind of been fading Auburn in the past couple of years.
Yeah, I should note that you locked up Florida and Auburn on the over last year, and you said those are guarantees.
Well,
and you ate shit on both of them.
Now, what's bringing you around this year?
Strip Club Freeze.
Strip Club Freeze.
Also, Peyton Thorne. I think they didn't have a quarterback last year. Peyton Thorne is good enough for the fact that Mike Leach is no longer at Mississippi State. There's a lot more question marks in that conference. Arkansas lost all their coordinators. A bunch of players transferred out.
Florida, by the way, beat fucking Utah.
Yeah, but they still didn't hit that over. Yeah. They also lost to Vanderbilt. That's what happens. You play the game. I also like LSU.
Yep.
Over 9.5. LSU over 9.5. This was a top 10 lock of mine.
I'm a little less bullish on my lock battle with you guys after looking at that schedule. It's not that hard of a schedule.
I will say, when I saw a starting defensive lineman got suspended for the Florida State game, that's not good. But I still think they're better than Florida State. I think they get it done.
Well, that probably is where the schedule is made or broken. You know, I mean, like Nick said, maybe they could be an 11-1 team and they can afford that loss. Yeah. But I just feel like they haven't. There were a lot of close wins last year, assuming they do get better. And that Purdue win in the bowl game was super fucking impressive. 63-7.
Tennessee under 9.5. I feel good about. Anyone want to come with me?
No, thanks. You're probably right. But
yeah,
no,
I took the under, but
I'm still locking up Tennessee under 9.5. They play Bama and Georgia. That's 2 losses. They also play A&M. All right.
Speaking of A&M, I'm on over 8.
We did triple lock that in the team preview. However, I think it's idiotic to make that one of your official locks. Texas A&M winning 9 games.
There's too much smoke. You're doing it though. You're all in.
Yeah, I am.
Look at this
If
guy.
I said it on the preview, I'm not going to go back on my word. I said
There
it
you
for
go.
a reason, damn it.
Oh, and I hope he burns in hell. All right. All right.
It'll
Is that
get you drunk.
any other SEC plays?
Yes. Noah kind of twisted my arm because last year I was right on the Vandy over. And when we're doing the SEC preview, he said, come on, Nick, go again. And you know what? I'm on board to go again. Vandy over 3.5.
I like it.
I like it too.
I do like it.
I think that's a strong play. Like I'm not locking it, but I feel pretty good that that's going to hit.
I mean, if Clark leads, let me look at that schedule one more time. Vandy's
They could beat
non-con
Wake. All they need to do is beat Wake.
consists of Hawaii at home, Alabama A&M, and then a road trip to Wake. But then UNLV, they're probably 3-1 in non-con. And they just got to win one conference
One
game.
game.
They beat Florida and Kentucky last year.
Yeah.
God, you're probably right. But most of the teams in the non-con, I mean, I guess they got Kentucky and Missouri at home too. I'm not touching it.
But
You'll probably get that one to cover for you.
Moving over to the Sun Belt.
I got a lot I like here. Some top 10s also.
Look, we got burnt on App State, but I'm going back to the fucking well. This is a
Going
top 10
back
play
to the
for
well.
me.
Hell yeah. Same
Top
here.
10 play.
Knock it up.
Appalachian State over 6.5. Triple lock.
Triple down.
Triple lock. There we
That's
go.
one of my top plays.
Let's go. Let's fucking.
In fact, that's the only one from the conference that I really, really love. But I do love it. And they actually have a little bit of a tough schedule, but they're a
They
better
lost
team.
so many 1-score games last year. It's
Yeah.
like impossible. So guys, hold on. Other Sun Belt games that are teams that we like. I am gonna go. You see the Clemson transfers now starting at Southern Miss. Billy Wilkes, I think his name is. I'm going Southern Miss over 5 wins. Anyone coming?
Was he
I
the
like
quarterback?
that play,
Yeah.
but I don't think I locked it, did I? Hold on. Maybe I did.
You did. I did not.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's do it.
Let's go. That Brett Favre blood money. Let's go. Get that over 5 wins.
ODU under 3.5.
I have that down
Come
here
on.
too.
We all had
Let's
that one.
let's
Come
go.
on.
I'm
Triple
not
lock?
playing it.
No, I'll do it. They suck. They suck.
This is
I
a
do suck.
one or 2 win team here this
Yeah.
year.
I feel good about that. Lock it up. Old Dominion under 3.5. There's no way they're getting the 4. No way. I have Arkansas State written down, but I don't.
Yes. Under
Yeah,
4.5 with Arkansas
okay.
State.
Okay.
Top 10 play.
Arkansas State under 4.5. I feel pretty fucking good about it. Butch Jones going to be unemployed.
ODU is probably 1-11.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
should
saying.
join you guys for that.
You want in on ODU?
Sure, I'll join you.
Come
Oh,
on.
there we go. There we go. Old Dominion triple lock.
I want some more unders anyway. I got a lot of
I can
overs.
tell you, South Alabama and Troy are very appetizing to me. I could be swayed.
That's my 40 locks, guys.
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
spent.
Let's get to the week 0. Folks, we're going to close out this episode. We're going to have another feed going with week 0 preview and picks. So stay tuned. But yes, folks, subscribe to the College Football Experience. We're on Twitter. First of all, give us a follow on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Patty C's on Twitter at PattyC831. NC Nick's on Twitter at NC__NICK. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. Please, if you can, give us a follow, but check us out. Go over to iTunes, give us a 5-star review. I mean, come on, what the fuck's going on? It's been dry in these summer streets on the
5 stars.
On the 5 stars, all right. They're probably. I mean, come on. I don't know.
And the one said that Patty C and I are unprepared sometimes. While that's 100% accurate.
Well, maybe
point it out.
We still got 5 stars for that.
Yeah,
Some generous people out there.
It's like the 5-star. The one time they called me an idiot, but they gave me 5 stars. Okay, I'll take that all day, folks. We host the College Football Experience, the College Basketball Experience, the FCS College Football Experience, the College Baseball Experience with Noah Beanick, the Big 12 Experience. They're all fantastic. Go subscribe to all those feeds. They come together as one on YouTube, youtube.com/the College Experience. Subscribe, tell a friend. Folks, until next time, this is the College Football Experience. Win totals locks for 2023. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Run, shoot.